Well, what brings you here tonight?
Uh, boredom and two legs.
Boredom and two legs.
Uh, kindle like, well, it's like, like I've been fixated on. Darkness cannot destroy our tribe. You watch my videos, right?
Yeah.
You know Alyssa Mercante? Murky cunt.
Murky cunt.
You know who Alyssa Murky cunt is, right?
Yeah, I know her.
What's your take on? You know she just failed upward. She quit her job at Kotaku, and
This is just a rolling thing with you, isn't it?
and she got a job at Rolling Stone magazine.
What?
Bitch failed upwards.
How did she manage to do
Yeah.
that?
What's your thought? She sucked dicks.
Yeah.
She even says as much
Or
as how she gets
eat
fired. She says as much.
Yeah.
She told people that's how she got to where she was. But what's your take on the way she does in general?
When I've heard about her, she's all talk. She's like, I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna beat you up. It's like she never beat anybody up. She's
But
all talk.
there's a bigger picture there.
She's a horrible person.
I know. She kept saying a bunch
She
of crap.
really is.
Yeah.
I mean, she's trying to ruin
Well,
people's lives
She's
and
an
everything.
instigator. She's an instigator for fame.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the internet has taught a lot of people that behavior. I mean, that they may have had it otherwise, but it's hyper-focused that behavior now.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, she should be in jail. I mean,
There's a camera.
she really should be in jail. I think so.
Yeah, I noticed that the internet.
Because she went up,
Okay.
she should be in jail because she
The
tried
lens
to
is actually on that side.
She tried to ruin people's lives. I mean, she tried to get families split up and every damn thing else.
Murky cunt.
Yeah, that's gonna stick for a while.
You know, nobody called her Mercunty until I did.
I
You've
know,
seen it, right?
I know.
I was there going, why has no one thought of this? And I kept typing it, and I was expecting to get LOL at least.
Yeah,
I didn't get any fucking reaction.
and they stole it.
And then some time went on, everybody saying it.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna start saying murky cunt.
Yep.
I don't know. I feel like every so often someone's gotta pull some bull crap and say a bunch of crap
Hey,
on the internet.
You need to study that woman so you'll know everything not to be.
Okay.
Oh, she's horrible. She's just a horrible, horrible person.
She's a self-professed whore.
Yeah.
You know, it turns out she's like, I don't remember, it was like 5'2" or something.
5'2"?
She's
Yeah.
5'2" and she's talking
Okay,
like
you've seen her
that.
pictures, right? She's
Yeah.
built kind of like a man, a
I
little bit.
thought she was a boy at first.
Okay, she puts a lot of pictures, literally showing her ass, showing her bare breasts and everything.
She ain't got no
But
boobs.
here's the thing. She's kind of built like a man, but now knowing that she's like itty bitty, what kind of picture does that paint?
I want to know why somebody before now hadn't knocked her the fuck out.
She looks.
And I know we're not
Because
going to post this.
because
so.
they'll probably pull the fist back, and before they do anything, she's down unzipping them.
Ew!
Oh!
It's a low blow. I'm telling you, it's a low blow.
Ew! Lord have mercy! Ew!
It's a blow and a low blow.
In reality,
Why?
she's probably screaming, fight me, and then
No.
abuse.
You know, when I was a kid in school, they would circle, like 100 kids would circle two people and shove them at each other.
Yeah.
And they'd go, fight, fight, fight. And then when you didn't fight, they'd go, fight or fuck, fight or fuck.
Yeah, that was one fight or fuck. I remember them days.
And if you didn't fight the person they were shoving you into, somebody would, if not a bunch of people, would jump and beat your ass.
Oh yeah, you had to. Once you got in that circle like that, if you didn't fight, you got the hell beat out of you, and that's just a trick. Go in there and stick my little bait in there.
Okay.
Well, the internet is high school all over again.
No, no, not in there. In there.
And if Murky Cunt is not a testament to that, I don't know what the fuck is it.
Me either. You know, something's got to give. something has got to give. You know?
She gives a lot.
No, I'm talking about politically to where the tide will turn back to where
Well,
people can't do people that way.
Something has given. Trump won, and no, that's not going to make a big difference as a lot of people hope, but it will make a difference. Unfortunately, bad stuff is going to come along with it. Unfortunately, and I believe that to be true. No matter who the president is, no matter their leanings, or if hypothetically, if I jumped up and I'm going to be president, I actually were, it would mean a lot of good things and a lot of bad things.
That's true, because your hands are tied to do a lot of the things that you want to do.
And you make mistakes. A lot of good things you set in motion cascades into bad things oftentimes.
Yeah. Well, I know Trump said he was going to put a stop to this DEI bullshit.
I said on a video one time, T-Rump, right? And some motherfucker got mad as hell at me. It's like, you sound like a hippie. And I bet you're a Trump-hating liberal.
Oh
like,
my God!
You dumb motherfucker! I can't, deviate this last little bit. You're a Yahtzee, to use the safe word, or you're a communist. It's like I can't win. No, I'm not gonna pick a line and put on the suit and play the fucking role or whatever side they're pushing me to. I'm just not gonna do it.
Well, you should.
I'm me. I have my own views and they're all over the place. So fuck it,
I mean, that's how you should be. You're human. You should have all kind of different views.
Don't insult me like that. Call me human.
Okay, you're not human. You're not human. I'm sorry. I'm
a human being.
You're a human being.
There's a GNR song called Human Being, not Being.
Are you sure it's not Bean?
Well, it was messed up today where you never can tell.
They probably seen a bunch of beans, but no.
The thing was fired.
But I think I
think therefore I am. Therefore I am.
Well, I think that Trump winning put a lot of things in motion. For one, the immigration. Because there's people that were marching into the country, and now they're turning around going back where the hell they come from, and that's the truth.
Simple rule of mind goes a long way. Okay, there's probably a better term for it. Here's what I mean. Him winning makes a lot of people halt the shit they're doing, even though no laws have been changed. They just stop what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, they just stop what they're doing, and they're like, no, we can't, no, we gotta turn back, we gotta stop this. And it's like nothing, absolutely nothing has changed except for the power of mind.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I don't mind immigrants coming into the country.
Remember when Obama first became president?
Oh,
and we couldn't stand in a grocery store line with black people that were going, that white boy, that white girl.
Oh, no, it was awful.
And then just throwing slurs and going, we in charge now. And I'm not trying to be real down on blacks, but I'm just telling what we witnessed, what happened. I'm not going to lie about that.
Us, but the thing is those were not black people. I don't classify those kinds of people as black people. Those were ghetto people. You know,
but we're in the poor South. Everybody's that.
Well, that is true.
That is
the white people are that.
That you know, if I was a black person.
If we position these right, maybe we can summon something.
Oh no! Don't summon anything.
Right, that's a.
What is this? I don't.
Cross. We need more candles. We shall summon up the spirit of Michael Jackson.
But you know, if I was black,
I was black,
and I saw a white person acting black,
you almost had me going off into a black mockery parade.
if I was black and I seen a white person acting black, that would piss me off.
Well, okay, here's the thing. I can see that, but at the same time, when I see a black person acting less black, you know, you might say more white, I don't know. It doesn't bother me unless they're doing it so proper that it's ridiculous.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Then it kind of bothers me. Like they're going out of their way to be, I'm Mr. Whitey.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I was gonna say vice versa. If a black person was trying to act white, I mean, super white, like you see some of these comedians do, that kind of irks me a little
Reminds me
bit.
of that Boondocks where that black man had it out for the blacks.
Yeah,
I remember that.
That was one of the greatest cartoons, you know, ever. And that was just the cherry on top. It was great without that even.
Yeah, I mean, it really put into perspective what some black people think about the ones that act all ghettoized. You
Well,
know?
that's the problem. It's not just black people now.
I
They
know.
be hyper focused in their, you know, I'm at a loss for words. Culture.
Yeah.
But it's sure not limited to them anymore. And no, I'm not saying everybody that acts that way is ghetto. But it's kind of like that comedian said, if you're going to put on a horror uniform,
Yeah.
you know,
Go pour me some soda.
the girl's like, I'm not a whore. It's like, well, you dress like one. You're wearing the uniform.
Oh, God.
I think it got popular when Grand Theft Auto became a thing
Oh, I
and
hate that.
everybody wanted to.
Oh, fuck you.
I hated that game.
Everybody.
That did have a great influence on a generation,
I hated that
or
game
likely more than one generation.
because I know the kids would play
I
that.
liked it when they were into Twisted Metal and they were learning all the metal songs, and I was like, hell yeah! And now they bring out Twisted Metal with rap music.
Grand Theft Auto. All,
GTA
Yeah.
for the kids
all it did was
because they
teach.
gotta abbreviate everything.
It taught little kids how to steal and how to beat up people.
They literally had missions of like, go smack up this hole,
Yeah, I know.
steal these cars, and report back to me. Bust someone's head. I mean, you know, you get the point.
Yeah, it was awful, and I hated that game.
Which, yeah, video games, you should be able to like go out and do violence and have fun with it because you're doing it virtually and you're not really doing it, and it's psychological. You know, it's relief.
Yeah,
But the way it was ghettoized
yeah,
becomes the issue.
yeah. And that's the thing.
It wasn't like you were slaughtering monsters, or, you know,
Yeah, you were slaughtering people.
and stealing cars while rap music was playing.
Yeah. So, you know, that's the thing. And kids ate that shit up. They ate it up because they loved it. And now here we are. Here we are.
Well, that was one aspect, and I myself, I think that was a strong influencer of a generation or more. But it was by far not the only one. For one, there was the death of MTV, which that probably came a little earlier. But before that happened, they were like, MTV was accused of not playing enough black people.
Yeah.
And before they died, they went to all rap music.
Yeah, I know you couldn't. They didn't play rock
Well,
music anymore.
It's kind of like, and
either.
before they stopped doing metal music, they started doing only death metal music. Everything was becoming radicalized in its own way.
Yeah, I remember back when music started getting new categories like grunge and all that stuff.
Well, when I first heard alt rock and grunge, I was like, what? This is just more rock and roll, you know? Every band's got their own feel, you know? It's like, now you're categorizing. There's no sense in that. Now, this was when this stuff was fresh, when nobody had heard it before. I didn't go, I've never heard music like this before. I went, hey, I like this band. It's another rock band.
Yeah, and the corporate record companies and stuff started categorizing it like hair metal.
Well, they wanted to go, this is something new.
Yeah.
So to get people to listen, which, you know, it went down in history as it's grunge and alt rock, and it's like, oh, shut the fuck. It's just rock and roll.
Yeah.
You know, they had depressing and whiny rock and roll before the 90s.
Yeah. Well, I remember back when Nirvana was real popular, all the younger people started dressing like lumberjacks and stuff.
It was shortly after that they started with the whole snarkiness.
Yeah, I remember that too. It's like, where is this coming from?
Yeah, and that, you know, when a few many years later, so however many years later, the early 2000s, they started dressing like lumberjacks, and everything they said was so sarcastic, I don't see how they managed to get it out of their mouths.
Yeah, I know.
And, you know, they're like, I'm doing this to be ironic, and I'm gonna whoop your ironic little ass, you know?
Well, what they failed to realize is the more they tried to be ironic and different, all the people their age was doing the same thing.
Yeah, it's like, I'm so different.
You're not
Me and my
different.
friends.
It's like, you're not different.
Okay, look, I don't mind people having different styles, but when they all group up together doing the exact same damn thing, and when it gets over exaggerated and they're so hard that it's retarded, that's when I have an issue.
Yeah.
I think the dog wants to talk too.
Are you saying Nirvana started hipsters?
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this makes a lot of sense.
It
Now,
kind of mutated. It mutated.
Yeah, it mutated into hipsters.
oh God, I always liked Nirvana,
Well,
but
see,
I don't know what to think
Kurt
now.
Cobain had that attitude. But for example, he hated Guns N' Roses and Axl Rose because he didn't believe in the typical rock star mentality, which is very much a hipster thing. They're like, ew, oh my God, let's bring in the drum machine and the auto tune.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, bitch, we got real rock and roll. What's wrong with you?
Well,
And, well, you know, Kurt Cobain kind of started that.
Well, I remember a lot of times.
No, I'm talking. No, not the drum machines or the auto tune. I mean this snarky, sarcastic, like uppity attitude. He is the one who originally put that into motion in some sort of way.
Yeah, that's true. But I know I watched a lot of YouTube video reactions.
Yeah.
Like different people reacting to heavy metal singers and rock singers and stuff. Like they react to Pantera and Dio and Ozzy and all them. And they can't believe they're actually singing.
Yeah, it's like, that's auto tune. Here's them playing. Okay, there's a live show, and they're like, oh my God, they're gods.
Yeah.
How do they do this? It's incredible. And it's like, oh, you dumb fucks, you've never seen talent before.
Well,
Ain't that
these
the truth?
people are mostly listening to the pop or rap most of the time, and they're like, they never listen to this really good music, and when they hear this really good music, they can't believe it's real. It's like, they never listen to Black Sabbath, and when they hear something that's not rap, they're like, is this real? Yes, it's real.
Yeah, they're gods of music, or people like Tupac.
Yeah.
Now, maybe they found a lot in that music. Maybe it was great to them. Okay, good for you. But none of it compares to the you know, there's music you can get you going and you get the feeling good, and then there's music that takes you places. There's music that transforms who you are
Yeah.
in your deep core.
I remember when I first heard National Acrobat by Black Sabbath. Oh, that was one of my favorite songs. I loved it. So that's the way I remember.
Well, I'm going to wrap this up.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.